Respecting market seasons, when to deploy and when to prepare. Hello, good people. I'm Chris. Thanks for tuning in. Hopefully, everyone is enjoying their weekend. I'm enjoying mine. But anyway, let's just get to it. So, high probability windows, scaling portfolios, scaling, portfolio layering, crypto caution. It's some of the things we've been talking about over the last week, right? So, we're going to continue to dive a little bit deeper, right? So, every market has seasons: expansion, contraction, accumulation, euphoria. Wisdom is knowing which season you're in and responding appropriately. When I think about that, I think about those of us who are in relationships, whether you're married, dating, what have you. Those young ladies keep up with the seasons. They keep up with the seasons of the new year, of Valentine's, their birthday, Mother's Day, Thanksgiving, Christmas, and what have you. But they keep up with those seasons and the euphoria that goes along with being in relationship with the person that they love, right? So anyway, say, what does that have to do with anything? I'm just sharing thoughts. My mind always processing a lot of things at one time. And it's worked well for me in life thus far. So not every season is a buying season. I'm not a hypocrite. So not every season is a buying season. But in my world, I'm always tuned in with my friend Jasper Racine, who's always his page is the Minority Mindset, and he says ABB is his motto: always be buying, regardless of the season, regardless of who's in the White House, whether it's a Democrat or whether it's a Republican. You always need to be buying, right? You always need to be preparing for your future self, or for that one who's going to retire one day. So anyway, let's keep it moving, because I would get off and jump down a rabbit hole that seems to have no ending. So not every season is a buying season. Sometimes the wisest move isn't deployment, it's preparation. It's always time to prepare, right? So the two different modes. Deployment mode. Deployment mode is about alignment, right? Momentum, liquidity flowing, structured scaling in, and or structured scaling out. So the deployment modes will be your alignment being present, right? Your momentum being confirmed, and your liquidity flowing, and structured scaling in and or structured scaling out. So mode 2, preparation mode. High volatility, liquidity uncertain, sentiment unstable, patience required. Some of this is landing for some folks, and some of this is not landing for some folks. We'll continue to delve into some of those things as time goes on. But in the meantime, if you really need to know, you can always Google it, right? And then when I get to bringing it back up again, dive deeper, you'll already know where I'm at, right? Because you will have already done your own study, your own research. So discipline means acting differently in different seasons. When you're disciplined, you act accordingly to what is going on. Seasons is what's going on, and we need to be aware of seasons, right? So crypto as a case study. High volatility markets like crypto exaggerate seasons. Experienced participants in crypto buying, that is, understand this and adjust sizing, timing, and exposure accordingly, right? So me personally, in spite of they've been talking about that act, I can't think of the act right now, but in spite of what's going on, me personally, I have I've already taken profit in all of my crypto positions, and the only thing I currently have is a tiny bit of Bitcoin and a tiny bit of Ethereum. But I'm always cashing up in my crypto portfolio, which means I get paid weekly. So weekly, I have a certain amount of money going into my crypto, whether it be 10, 15, 25, 30, whatever fits your budget, going into my crypto portfolio all the time, whether I'm buying or not. So when the opportunity presents itself and I see the entry price that I've been waiting on, then I can aggressively take advantage of that because I'm preparing, right? So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about experienced participants, understands the seasons, understand about adjusting the sizing, timing, and exposure accordingly. When it's not time to buy, it's always time to be building that dry powder, building that capital. So when the opportunity presents itself, you are ready to strike. So dry powder philosophy. Building capital is not inactivity. It's strategic positioning. Building capital is strategic positioning. It doesn't matter what's going on. I'm always building my capital because the time is going to come when it's time to purchase. So let's say Bitcoin drops to an insane, ridiculously low price. And at the same time, Ethereum drops to an insanely crazy, ridiculous price. And if I want to be able to take advantage of both of those opportunities, but all I have is the money that's in my pocket, and I'm trying to figure out which one I want to get. I'm a person who like to have both. I don't want to have this one and that one. I don't want to have this one or that one. So I always have to prepare for that. Anyway, in closing, I don't rush seasons. I don't rush seasons because I can't control seasons. I don't have all power in my hand, right? I don't rush seasons. I respect them. When alignment returns, when alignment presents itself, I get in line with my alignment, right? I deploy with structure. I always have a plan going on. I'm always doing my research. I'm always doing my studying so I can get prepared. I'm always cashing up so I can get prepared. So when the opportunities present themselves, I'm well able to identify the opportunity, right? If you don't do the research, if you don't have a clue of what's an opportune entry price, entry window, then it could be slapping you all up in the face, but you don't know it's a great price, right? So those are things we need to be mindful of. Those are things we need to be prepared for in our own personal research. Because as I always say, everyone is their own CEO of their own portfolio. So with that being said, hopefully I've said something to help you out, bring a little bit more clarity to it. And if I have, do me a favor, go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe. Maybe share it with someone you know who could use the information. And be blessed continually, my friend.